everyone, my name is Graham Meeks. I moved here about four and a half years ago from North Carolina with my wife Katie and our 4 sons and our cat Lucy. From the Midwest originally, I've lived in Utah, North Carolina, now here. Really excited to get back to the West and the mountains and to have found BCC. It's a great place for us. Katie had gone to nursing school shortly after our oldest Will was born. And I'd always been interested in medical careers, and so came back to that, became a nurse. I'm now a nurse practitioner. We came here for work for me at Peace Health in the cardiology clinic in the hospital. So a nurse practitioner in cardiology. And boy, coming here has been just a real blessing for us. So there was a question, were we led here? Should we have left North Carolina? Should we have gone closer to family? Which we don't have family here in town, but Bellingham has been great for us. Here it is, winter time, supposed to be the 3rd consecutive La Nina year, and it's been warm and raining on the mountain. But hurts a little bit because we like to get up and snowboard and ski. The boys have mostly gotten into snowboarding. I can drag Katie up there still sometimes too. It's one of the first things we did together was go snowboarding. Used to sail. I would love to get back to that, but that doesn't seem feasible right now. And of course, home improvement has become a big one. Working on our current house and the house that my in-laws just got, and it's amazing what you can learn to do if you're motivated. So I didn't know Jesus till I was a young adult. So growing up, we would go to church sometimes, but it was because my parents thought that they should take their kids to church because that's what they had done. So when I was in college, my parents became Christians, and my older sister and I both thought that they had just gone off the deep end. It was really weird to us. And I think they did a really good job of being patient and persuasive without being pushy, and tried to tell us both from afar, because we both lived, out of town at that point, what they were up to and what they were seeing and learning. And they really were strong influences on me seeing church differently, and then seeing the Bible differently, and actually getting to know Jesus. So I have to give them that strong credit. And then Katie and I were both young believers when we got together, and I've been very careful that would be foundational in our relationship. And so we really have grown together and closer to the Lord all at one time, and that's been essential for our family. So I think I'm really aware that I want faith to be a journey, not I walked through the open door at one point and then I've arrived. If I had to pick out something that I've learned just in the last year or two about my faith, it's that God is always there and patient, and those times where I am not paying close attention to Him the way I'd like to, He's still there. And so many times in my life I've asked for answers, like what do I do, what do I not do? And I don't feel like I get big, direct, glaring answers, which I would really appreciate sometimes. But I think I notice better the little nudges. This would be the right or best thing to do, and I can see how, yes, that certainly is biblical, and it makes sense, and it gives me peace. And so I think learning to know that God is there, and to trust, and to keep asking Him more often, and to keep watching for those little subtle answers, I think is a gift He's given me in recent years. If I were to choose one thing that I really am wondering about, it's about God, it's Jesus, about timing, and I know many have had the question, but why has He not come back yet? And there's so much about things that have to be fulfilled before He will, and of course He'll come at the right time. But sometimes it's actually really hard waiting. I mean, I like my life right now, I like what we're up to, but knowing He's going to come back, and knowing that it would end suffering for so many, that waiting is hard. At the same time, I can remind myself that it ends suffering for more, the more who come to know Him before that happens. But that would be my most glaring question. One thing that's been very nice about being a nurse and a nurse practitioner, and Katie and I went to a nursing school that was started by a Catholic nuns, sisters, and of course working here, Peace Health has that same heritage too. So knowing that Peace Health has built into their mission statement that we carry on the healing mission of Jesus Christ, it's hard not to associate that with your work. And I work in heart failure, so I see people who are sick and they don't know how sick, and maybe they're more afraid than they should be, or maybe they are correct that they are not long for this world. And so you have a lot of opportunities to have really good talks about what does quality of life look like, and what happens and how long do I have, and whether you are focused on how can I help somebody improve their health and heal physically, or knowing that healing is not always physical, that it's reaching the right place you need to be mentally and spiritually as your body fails you. The opportunities are very clear, and to try to be Christ-like. I think the bigger challenge is not pushing somebody away. If somebody's having that thought and you feel like they are wandering spiritually or far from Jesus, when is the time when you can say something that would move them toward Him and not further away? But the chances to be Christ-like and take care of the sick and those who are among the least are there every day.